Every day, life asks us simple questions. Will you tell the truth? Will you be kind? These small moments are like little tests for our hearts. They show what we truly believe in. Sometimes the choice is easy, like helping a neighbor carry their groceries. Other times, the choice is much harder. It feels like we are standing at a crossroads. One path looks easy and comfortable, but it leads away from what we know is right. The other path looks difficult and full of challenges, but it is the path of honesty. This is where our conscience speaks to us. Our conscience is like a quiet whisper from God. It is that inner feeling that tells us what is right and what is wrong. It is a gift, a moral compass to guide our steps through the journey of life. When you feel a gentle nudge to do good, that is your conscience. When you feel a sense of unease about a decision, that is your conscience warning you. It is so important to listen to this voice. It helps us stay close to God and live in a way that honors Him. A healthy conscience helps us make choices that build character and integrity. Think about the choices we face all the time. A student sits in an exam room tempted to look at a friend's paper for an answer. They know it is wrong, but the pressure to get a good grade is very strong. An employee is asked by their boss to change some numbers on a report to make the company look better. Saying no could mean losing their job, but saying yes means being dishonest. These are the moments when our conscience is tested. These are the moments that define who we are and what we stand for. Listening to our conscience is a decision to trust God more than we trust ourselves or the world. It is saying, God, I will follow your way, even if I cannot see the outcome. This choice is not always the most popular one. It may not bring us praise from others, but it brings us something far more valuable. Peace. A peace that comes from knowing we have done the right thing. This inner peace is a treasure that no amount of money or success can ever buy. It is the reward for a heart that chooses to be true. Sometimes the path of honesty is a lonely one. Following your conscience can come with real consequences that are hard to face. Perhaps you are the one who speaks up about something unfair at work. Your coworkers might get quiet when you walk into the room. Your boss might look at you differently. You might even worry about your future with the company. In these moments, it can feel like you are being punished for doing what is right. The world might not celebrate your integrity, and that can be very discouraging. The fear of these consequences can be powerful. It can make us hesitate. It can make us question if doing the right thing is really worth it. A business owner who refuses to pay a bribe might lose an important contract. A teenager who doesn't go along with the crowd might lose friends. These are real losses. The temptation to just give in, to take the easy way out, is very strong. We might tell ourselves that it's just one time, that it doesn't really matter. But these small compromises can slowly chip away at our soul. This is why trust is so important. When we choose to follow our conscience despite the risks, we are placing our trust in God. We are believing that He is bigger than our problems. We are trusting that He will take care of us, even when the situation looks bleak. It takes courage to do this. It takes a deep faith to let go of our fear and hold on to His promises. The world may see our choice as foolish, but God sees it as an act of great faith and love. He sees a heart that wants to please Him above all else. Choosing what is right, even when it costs us something, builds a foundation of trust. People learn that they can count on you. They know your word is good. They know you will not lie or cheat, even when it would be easier to do so. This kind of reputation is priceless. But even more important is the trust you build with God. When you honor Him with your choices, you grow closer to Him. You learn that He is always faithful, and He will never leave you or forsake you, no matter what consequences you may face. The Bible gives us a powerful story about choosing conscience over consequence. In the book of Daniel, we meet three young men named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They served a powerful king named Nebuchadnezzar. The king built a giant golden statue and commanded everyone in his kingdom to bow down and worship it whenever they heard music. Anyone who refused to bow would be thrown into a blazing hot furnace. It was a simple command with a terrifying consequence for disobedience. These three men loved God. They knew that their conscience, guided by God's law, would not allow them to worship a golden statue. Their hearts belonged to the one true God alone. When the music played, everyone else bowed down to the ground. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego remained standing tall. They made a very public choice to obey God rather than the king. They knew what the consequence would be. They knew a fiery furnace was waiting for them, but their faith was stronger than their fear. The king was furious. He gave them one more chance to bow down, but they refused. Their answer showed their incredible trust in God. They told the king that the God they served was able to save them from the furnace. But then they said something amazing. They said, "But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." They left the consequences completely in God's hands. Their only job was to do what was right. So the king ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual, and the 3 men were thrown in, but God was with them in that fire. When the king looked into the furnace, he saw 4 men walking around unharmed, and the 4th looked like a son of the gods. God did not keep them from the fire, but he protected them in the fire. Their story teaches us that even when we face the worst consequences for our faith, God is with us. He can be trusted to see us through any trial. What does it mean to live with a clear heart? It means going to sleep at night without the weight of guilt on your shoulders. It means looking at yourself in the mirror and knowing that you have been true to your values. This kind of peace is a precious gift. When we consistently choose honesty and integrity, we build a life that is free from the shadows of deceit. We don't have to worry about our lies being discovered. We don't have to carry the heavy burden of a guilty conscience. We can live with a sense of lightness and freedom. Making the right choice is not just about avoiding punishment, it is about building a better future. Every honest decision is like placing a strong brick in the foundation of your life. Every time you choose kindness over selfishness, you are adding strength and stability to your character. Over time, these choices create a life of honor and trustworthiness. People will know that you are someone they can depend on. Your life becomes a testament to the goodness of God and the power of living according to His will. So when you face a difficult choice, take a moment to be still. Listen for that quiet whisper of your conscience. Remember the courage of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? They chose to trust God even in the face of a fiery furnace. Their story reminds us that our primary responsibility is to be faithful. The results, the consequences, belong to God. We can trust Him to handle the outcome. He may not always rescue us from the fire, but He will always walk with us through it. Let us ask God for the courage to always choose the right path, no matter how hard it seems. Let us pray for the strength to follow our conscience and to trust Him with all the details of our lives. When we do this, we will find a joy and a peace that the world cannot offer. We will discover the incredible blessing of living with a clear heart, a heart that is at peace with itself and at peace with God, and that is a reward greater than any earthly treasure.